Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto News today with Yashi. Let's get right to it. Not too much information today. It's a Saturday, so I think they're all weekend, nobody's posting that much, but we still have something. Let's start with CoinDesk. At stake in the US midterms, the future of money, with some seminal regulatory legislation up for consideration, the makeup of Congress in 2023 matters not only to crypto natives but to everyone. Yes, depending on what will happen, we will have two different directions on crypto. This is the main thing here, nothing too specific. This article is very political. I don't want to get too much into the details of it. Fact is, depending on where you look at Republican and Democrat, you have some more in favor, some less in favor. Now, from a usage perspective, it seems like the Republican is more pro-crypto, the Democrat is more pro-regulation. Kind of makes sense, bigger government, smaller government, the choice is yours what to prefer, but it's good to know. CBDC could reduce FX transaction speed to 10 seconds, New York Fed says. The New York Fed simulated foreign exchange transactions using a distributed ledger to test the improvements over the current system. And they found out that through cryptocurrency, foreign transactions might be much quicker than normally. Funny thing, I don't have the article anymore. I found the article the other day that the new Ethereum, the updated Ethereum, is actually 100 times faster than a credit card transaction. Just to prove a point of sending money abroad will be even quicker. You might not even have those waiting time and approval times you normally have, which is good. Proposed UK rules will make advertising crypto a lot harder, industry warns. Industry members are sounding the alarm on a proposed measure to require crypto service providers to comply with local advertising rules, which could add an additional layer of authorization to an already complex process. Why is that? Crypto is risky as per now. Not many people know about it. People are starting to get into it, but there is some questionable things happening there. Think about the 2021 bull run, all the advertisement we saw about all cryptos and how many of those cryptos actually survived and how much people lost. Something like this would make sense. However, it would also destroy the ability for smaller companies to advertise, because if you're adding too much bureaucracy, new projects will have a harder time to be seen. The question is, does this include also social media? Doesn't mention this too much, but if it does, it will make the world of innovation, the innovation in the crypto space much harder, because people won't be able to see it as much. So we'll see how this will play out. On to crypto news. Crypto news summary: Near Wallet users jumped from 2 million to 20 million. IRS preparing hundreds of crypto cases. Top 10 white hats made 42 million. This is something. Some of these we saw also yesterday. Wallet news. Near Foundation, the Swiss nonprofit supporting the government and development of Near protocol, today announced 10-fold increase in the number of Near wallet users since the start of this year. 10-fold increase in users. This is not money, this is users. In terms of, are we getting ready for the next bull run? Hell yeah, the next bull run will have, I don't know about money, but it will have a lot of people. A lot of people putting in little money is the same effect as little people putting a lot of money. So, whether it's one or the other, we definitely will have the cushion to pump very hard. When will it happen? I don't know, not financial advice, but the mathematics make sense. Tax news, this is something I mentioned yesterday. The IRS is getting ready to audit a lot of crypto investors. Be ready to learn how crypto taxes work. I might have to do an episode about this. Security news, a big bounty. Immunified, this is something I mentioned yesterday. Immunified has created a scorecard for the top, for the top hackers that are helping blockchains to become a more secure place, on top of giving rewards. 42 million rewards, that's a lot. Crypto prices bullish once more. What's fueling the recovery? The other day we had the Fed meeting. Didn't go very well because Powell started out very optimistic from his words, and then when he stated in the last when he did his statements in the last 15 minutes, seems like he said there's still a lot of way to go in terms of interest rates, and people focus on that side there. Now people start to focus on another thing he said, which is they will start to take into account the lags of monetary policy. Legs of monetary policy means whenever you increase interest rates, the effect is not immediate on the market. The effect is actually takes some time, 1 or 2 months, to have an effect. If you think about interest rates in March, they were raised by 1 or 1% or 0.75%. And the effect on home prices, the effect on the stock market. Stock market was more immediate, but effect, for example, on home prices took 2-3 months to get into effect. So I believe that now the markets are starting to focus more on this side. And if I go on the S&P 500, SPY 500, I believe that we start to see the same effect right here. Bitcoin pumped in this morning, yesterday night, and so did the S&P 500. Crypto price. Calvaria crypto game passes 30% of all tokens sold. How to buy? Calvaria is a game that was talked about in the 2021 bull market, but it wasn't created yet. It was seen as the HD version of Axie Infinity that would bring a lot of innovation and a lot of people together. Also because it is much more accessible. The goal is to make it playable like Fortnite with many updates to be bought then as NFTs. So available to everybody, and you can pay if you want to add more stuff. The graphics are amazing, so makes sense that even in a bad moment, it's still pumping a lot. How do you buy it? The process is always the same, whether it's BNB or Ethereum. This case is Ethereum. You open a wallet, you buy Ethereum either with a credit card, or you can buy it on Coinbase and send that Ethereum to the wallet, and then you swap that wallet Ethereum into I forgot the name of the token, whatever the Calvaria token is. If you go on their website, they have a full guide, like it should be, and lovely. Cointelegraph. Dogecoin price rallies 150% in 4 days, but Doge now most overbought since April 2021. Of course, makes sense. Won't go too much into detail. This one's interesting. Bitcoin is now less volatile than the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. A rare 2% daily loss for a US dollar index gives Bitcoin and stocks the opportunity for gains, but Bitcoin still undercuts the rest on volatility. Bitcoin held gains above 21,000 on November 5th as the US dollar posted a rare major daily decline. Okay, dollar dives 2% as risk assets recover. Makes sense. As risk assets recover, money goes out from the dollar, it goes into these assets. I don't want to get too much into the technical details. Fact is, Bitcoin, as per now, is less volatile than the stock market, which is funny, as everybody says that cryptocurrency is much more volatile than the stock market. For brief moments, it seems to be opposite. Not financial advice, I'm simply reading. Ethereum inches even closer to a total censorship due to OFAC compliance. The minting of OFAC compliant Ethereum blocks on a daily basis has grown 73%, adding the community's growing censorship concerns. This is a goal of highly open and accessible finance. The community has been keeping track of Ethereum's growing compliance with standards laid down by the Office of Foreign Assets Control. Over the last 24 hours, the Ethereum network was found to enforce OFAC compliance on over 73% of its blocks. In October 2022, Cointelegraph reported on the rising censorship concern after 51% of Ethereum blocks were found compliant with OFAC standards. However, data from Newegg confirmed that the minting of OFAC compliant blocks on a daily basis has grown 70%. That's actually good news. It means that more blocks are following the standards. It's not 100%. Compliance with OFAC allows the US government agents to enforce economic and trade sanctions. Previously, the agency sanctioned Tornado Cash and several Ethereum addresses. As of today, 45% of Ethereum blocks are considered compliant with OFAC. So not everything. So the two numbers don't really match. So 45% are considered matching the OFAC, but 73% seem to have enforced. Maybe it's two different standards. Don't want to get too much into the detail of this. Fact is, Ethereum is not 100% compliant with the standards, which could come to censorship. However, it's getting better than when it first started. Web3 Foundation makes bold claim to SEC. DOT is not a security, it is merely a software. This one I read through it wasn't too important. This one was important. CBDC are a declaration of war against the banking system, claims economists. The concept is few. if you have a central bank, for example, Europe has a central bank and then it has central banks, state central banks in the different states. If you create a central bank digital currency directly from the bank, the European bank, it will pretty much eliminate the power that all the little banks have. However, if you create a central bank digital currency on a more local, let's say, bank, if you create many little local banks that release the CBDC and loan money to more local companies and people, you create a more sustainable system. If you have everything being released by a larger bank, most of the, let's say, large loan transactions will be focused on large, let's say, transactions. So larger companies, larger asset purchases, everything will be centralized and focused only on big players. If you focus the CBDCs on smaller banks, smaller local banks, and smaller local economies, you're creating something that is more decentralized. It is still centralized because you have bank, but more decentralized because you have more but local banks, and more sustainable also for local businesses. This is pretty much what the argument, what the whole article is about, and it makes sense. So CBDC is good, but the strategy around it has to be, let's say, talked about to improve the economy and financial opportunity for both big businesses, but most of all small businesses, which entail most of businesses in the States, in Europe, etc., etc. Guys, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I will be out of town on Monday. I'll try to still pull out an update, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys. Ciao.